Good afternoon, thank you very much for coming, and thank you for listening to us, and make sure you vote. You may not be voting for me, but at least exercise your right to vote. And yes, my name is John Nygren, running for school board in District 4. I have 5 children, 15 grandchildren. I have more than 35 years' experience of teaching secondary math. I have served 4 years in a public school committee in Massachusetts. I usually end right there, but to fill in the rest of my years, I've worked in industry as a numerical control programmer. I've also owned a convenience store, real estate broker in Massachusetts, and my last fling was working 10 years for UPS part-time. With 5 kids, you gotta keep moving. Some of the things, I may be called the rebel, but I'm sorry, I've been in this business so long, and it's just so frustrating to see what's going on, from my point of view. Everyone must remember that the school board sets the policies, the superintendent implements them. Some of you might be concerned that some of the things I'm going to discuss may mean more money. Yes, they do. A very simple solution. I was surprised, having served in the school board in Massachusetts for 4 years with 0 pay. I was shocked to see what the pay is for the school board in Ellis County, which is $41,985, which means a little less than $300,000 a year you spend for the salary of the school board. It takes a teacher 12 years to make the same money as a school board member. I find that ridiculous. That pay should be cut drastically. One main issue in all our schools is discipline. Students should not be allowed to stay in schools who interfere with the learning of others. We need more alternative schools. I have worked in Ellis County at P-Tech South when it was the discipline school. Well, it's on 34th Street. Now it's called Pinellas Secondary. I've also been a math coach and teacher at Bayside High School on 49th Street. So that's not going. If we are going to graduate all our children, we need vocational technical high schools in this county. Not every child is going to college, and we lose them at a very young age because they see nothing in the future for them. I also would like to departmentalize the elementary schools wherever possible. The elementary schools is the foundation of a child's education. Having middle school.
That's your wrap up. I'm sorry, I think you hear.
Okay. Sorry. Yes, I do. Whether it's called Common Core, Florida Standards, or you want to call it Apple Core. Okay? We need to be able to justify what we're doing in school. Last summer, I spent a week in Youngstown, Ohio, visiting a Common Core workshop for math teachers. And the 2 biggest things that Common, again, whatever the name you want to call them, they want your kids to think, and they want your kids to be better problem solvers. Now, if that's a crime, I'm guilty. Okay? Now, it does present a challenge to the teachers. The biggest challenge is, will the county provide the proper training for our teachers? Now, when I was at Bayside High School, I was a math coach, and because of the ranking of Bayside High School, we had to attend meetings periodically in Orlando. And being the math nut that I am, I took on doing all the spreadsheets, all the facts, all the numbers, everything. The original, which is no longer there, the 10th grade math LCAT, had 60 questions on it. A student only had to get 40% correct to pass the 10th grade LCAT. When they retook it, the percentage went down to 30 to 33% questions correct. The EOC in Algebra 1 right now that the kids are taking, anywhere between 30 and 35% correct, then you'll pass the EOC Algebra 1. Folks, you need to have the training for the teachers, the support for the teachers. One of the things I'll bring up again is that the middle school and high school has to go back to teaching 5 periods a day. Teachers are exhausted, they need more time for planning, and they need more time for collaboration. I'll get out before as I mentioned earlier, to me the most important thing is the elementary school. You do not have the students do not learn in the kindergarten, 1st grade. It's just about over. You need to really improve the elementary schools. I was going to say to the end, but how much time do I have? About 2 minutes.
Yeah, 1:30.
I'm a very visual person, math teacher. And I'd like, if you have the time on August 18th, the first day of school, go to one of the elementary schools that's been recorded in the state as being one of the poorest in the state. Sit outside the car and watch little 5-year-olds, 6-year-olds walk into school. At least 1 out of 3 of those is not going to graduate from high school. That's a fact. Okay? We need to change them. And I don't mean next year because we need more time. We know what the problem is. Now, do I have all the answers? No. We need to work together. Travel, I'm sure someplace in this country, someone has figured out what to do. Okay? We don't need to reinvent the wheel. We've already sent the rocket to the moon. Okay? Let's come back to basics and start. It's a very young age. But think about doing that. Okay? Going to an elementary school and watch those kids walk in. John Nygren, District 4 School Board. A few more things I'd like to mention. Again, from my experiences teaching in Reynolds County, I'd like to see the school nurses and the school psychologists full-time in all schools. Reorganizing administration throughout the school system. Again, being a math person, numbers are always going through my mind. That may seem a little strange, but that's who I am. When you have a school that had at one time over 2,000 students, now there's barely 1,400, we've eliminated 10 to 15 teaching positions, but we still have the same number of administrators. How's that work? Doesn't work for me. Now, I know it's been praised that, yes, starting pay for a teacher is $40,000. It's the pay scale. You know how long a teacher in Reynolds County stays making $40,000? 8 years. And then the 9th year, we get a big pay raise, $360. Oh, wait a minute, they double it the next year, another $360. I'm sorry. 30 years to get paid, should be 10 to 15 years. Another gripe from teachers is that the decisions are being made from the top down. They don't use them as a resource to make decisions in the county. Another issue. Now the assistants, they were laid off, but they weren't laid off. According to the paper, special needs aides won't be in ESE classrooms. They're going to be clerks. I taught 2 days with a teacher at Palm Harbor Middle School in May, using graphing calculators and show the 8th graders what they're going to see probably as a 9th grader in high school. 4 out of the 6 classes, there was an assistant in there. Couldn't do it without her. I went to Dunedin High School for another training day with classes. I talked to the BE specialist there. She said she was losing her 3 assistants, but getting an extra teacher. She said, John, I don't need an extra teacher, I need my assistants. Because one of them rides the school bus. She said next year that assistant will not be on the school bus. Right? Hold on. John Nygren, District 4, thank you very much.